Welcome back to Broncos and Parts Garage. My name's Chris. Today we're going to jump into part 2 of the Supercharged Bronco build. The primary focus today will be removing the gas tank. I'm going to show you guys how to clean out a metal gas tank. We're going to use some acid, we're going to use some neutralizer. It's very simple, it's stuff you can buy at Home Depot. But I'm going to show you how to get it out, clean it. The reason why we're doing this is we had a fuel leak in the fuel management system in this truck. It was blowing 90 PSI of gas under the hood. Luckily, it didn't catch on fire. Instead of replacing this fuel management unit, this is kind of the backstory. I was told by multiple people that are familiar with these superchargers to replace the fuel pump, replace your injectors, and you don't need any auxiliary fuel pump. So we've sourced this from Quantum Fuel Systems. It's 340 liters per hour, more than enough to power this regularly or with the supercharger. We're probably gonna put in some 24 or 30 pound injectors, I'm not sure yet. We're foregoing the dyno before we do all these changes because I don't wanna run this engine lean and burn it up. So again, today we're going to drop the tank. We'll do that really fast. I'm gonna show you in detail how to clean a metal gas tank, which can be used again on just about any car on the road that has a metal tank. We're gonna clean it up, probably paint this one. We're gonna install this fuel pump, get it back installed and get on the road, and then maybe do some dyno pulls. So right now, let's get some tools, let's get started. We've got the gas tank out. It's not in that bad a shape. I'm probably gonna throw some black paint on it after I clean it up. I've already loosened up the trim ring here that holds your sending unit in place. So we'll slide this off. Next thing you'll wanna do is really just pull out your fuel pump, and I know this is awkward sometimes. Make sure your tank's empty. So we've got a little bit of fuel in this. You can see it's rusty, it's varnished. We're gonna set this aside. Next thing we'll do is get a light, and I'm gonna show you some of the, goop that's inside here and why we wanna clean these out. This one's obviously been replaced in the last 26 years. If yours hasn't, it's gonna be a lot worse. I know you can buy these tanks between 80 and like 180 bucks, but if you don't have that kind of money, you can refinish it for under $30. So let's get a light and we'll take a look inside. As you can see, for a new tank, there's plenty of rust in there. I actually stuck my hand down in there and it's like a film or a pasty goo. It's not over the complete surface of the tank, but I don't want any of that being sucked up into the screen, into the fuel pump, or into the fuel filter. So let's get that cleaned out. There's a few different ways to clean out one of these tanks. A lot of guys put vinegar inside, nuts and bolts. a couple days. They shake it, roll it around. It works, it just takes a lot of time. I don't have that kind of time. So we're gonna use some muriatic acid. You buy this at Home Depot or maybe Amazon. I'll try to find a link and put it in the description below. We're gonna use baking soda to neutralize the acid when we're done. Be careful when handling this muriatic acid. It's basically watered down hydrochloric acid. Make sure you have a safe place to dispose of it when it's neutralized. We're gonna mix about 1 gallon of the acid to 1 gallon of water. So we're gonna put about 1 gallon of water in here. Then we're gonna pour the acid into the tank. You never wanna pour acid in and then water. You don't want it to splash up. I think it's called exothermic, so it'll get warm as this stuff mixes and works. I might have said that word wrong. This isn't the science channel, it's a how to clean your gas tank channel. So be careful, wear eye protection, wear something to cover your skin. You don't want to splash this on you. Make sure you have some baking soda, mix with some water to spray on stuff to neutralize it right away. As you can see, I'm in full safety gear here, gloves, glasses, which I may or may not put on. But we are going to be pouring into a tank, so it's not going to be sloshing around. So let's get started. So we're going to fill the tank with about 1 gallon of water. All right, we've got about 1 gallon of water in there. Now we're gonna add the acid. And again, wear eye protection, wear gloves, don't do it in a t-shirt. Don't do anything I'm about to do. How's that? Then we're gonna pour it in the tank. We've got the acid in the tank. Now we're gonna lift up the tank a little bit and just agitate it gently. So you wanna grab that side, ready? Just your way a little bit. All right, let's set it down. Now we're gonna let that sit for about half hour and we'll come back and see how it looks. We've waited about an hour and a half. We've tilted this a few times and a lot of the rust is gone. Right now we're gonna neutralize the rust. We're gonna pour the baking soda in. And if you were ever a kid and you made a volcano in like science class in grade school, when we pour this in here, it's gonna fizz up, might even overflow, but that's it, neutralizing. It's gonna vent some gas, that's why it's outside. So don't breathe the stuff in. Make sure you do this in a ventilated area. And like I said earlier, don't do anything I'm telling you to do. No, kidding. Let's get this neutralized, then we'll get this acid out of the tank.
Hit the hose, man, just in case.
Oh, for sure. We've got the tank neutralized. You saw the gas venting out from the reaction between the baking soda and the acid. We're gonna cut the zip tie off so we can pour out the neutralized acid into the plastic tub and dispose of it properly. Then we're gonna rinse out the tank. Then we're gonna fog it. We're either gonna use fogging oil or we're gonna go get some Marble Mystery Oil and coat the inside of it to protect it from flash rusting.
Here's what the tank looks like after we neutralized the acid and drained it out. There's still a few small specks of rust in there, but it's a lot better. There's no more goop in there. I don't think we're gonna have any problems with our new fuel pump, the pickup screen, or our fuel filter, which we will change. And we're gonna be changing the fuel injectors. So overall, this turned out to be a damn good project. We're gonna get the water out of there right now, and then we're gonna use some seafoam fogging spray and coat the inside of this to protect it from flash rusting. Then we'll get it installed.
All right, we've got all the water out of the tank. We were able to dry it out. In this instance, we put it up on its side. We used a shop vac, sucked out some of the water. We took a lint-free towel, put it in the hole, kind of shuffled it around a little bit. dried it out, and then we used compressed air. Now these tanks are metal, they're gonna flash rust really quick. You don't want that to happen. So engine fogger, Marvel Mystery Oil, we ended up having some of this stuff, this Seafoam top engine cleaner and lube. It says you can fog intakes, engines, carburetor throats. It's good in direct injected or carburetor or fuel injected engines. So we fogged the inside of this tank with this stuff. I'll put a link in the description below. I also, to make sure I got everything, I actually dropped this inside there, stuck my arm in there, kind of scraped it up a little bit, sprayed it all over every surface. To get it out, we used one of these magnetic sticks. We grabbed it and just pulled it out. I'll put a link in the description below. I've used these before doing door motor repair when you drop screws down in your door body. Priceless around the shop. So the next thing we're gonna do is get this installed. I'm not gonna show that on camera right now. That'll be in another video. But if you're gonna if you're gonna clean a tank, this is a great way to do it. It wasn't too bad. I know guys use vinegar. It takes a lot longer and the nuts and bolts and shaking. We agitated this a little bit for about an hour and a half, just made it stir around. Make sure you have the baking soda on hand to neutralize this stuff. It's nasty. It does vent a gas when you add the baking soda to the acid. Just like when you were a kid, you made the volcanoes in class, the vinegar and baking soda. It foams up. When it stops foaming, it's neutralized. And then we diluted it even more with water, and then we disposed of it properly. So I hope this helps. I hope I saved you guys a few bucks. Put some stuff in the comment section below if you like the video, or if you have any tips or tricks. We'll see you next time.